Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic medium. Thank you for joining me today. Today is the day after the midterms, or the morning after, as it is 6:46 a.m. right now. And honestly, I haven't even fed my dogs yet, so this is going to be a short video, or else there will be a mutiny right here on this video. So I want to just tell you guys, look, things didn't go the way we wanted them to go, right? Beto lost, Demings lost, Abrams lost, Vance won. I mean, some crazy things, right? Some crazy things happened. But also some really good things happened. I'm not going to go over all of them right now. Shapiro won, Fetterman won, a lot of secretaries of state won, which is really important because if the Supreme Court continues to go rogue and passes it into law that states can overturn their citizens' vote, we need those key states to have Democrats in the position of Secretary of State, because that's the standing in the breach, right, that the guides talked about in the last video. There's a lot of good here. It's not over yet. We're still counting votes. I do see Warnock winning. I've said this. It's going to go to a runoff in December. I do see him winning. Now, listen, let's talk about the shock and awe of how can this have gone the way it did, right? How could people be voting for Walker over Warnock? Or how could people be voting for those people in Florida? Okay, there's a bigger game afoot here. Okay, bigger game, meaning bigger than humans, bigger than our understanding. So I was tipped off to this in the last political questions video when somebody said, will we be seating, the House in 2023 in January on schedule? And the guides said unequivocally, no. That's when I realized that there's going to be a shakeup. People are going to be convicted, indicted, charged, all of those things, and their seats will be open. The words they're saying is vacated. Now, it depends on the state as to how that seat is filled. But you can bet that if sitting members of Congress and possibly the Senate are charged with criminal, with crimes, and I see the state of Texas, I see the whole Texas government being decimated. Listen to these words, decimated. What they said was Beto has to lose, for one thing, because of his own safety. For another thing, because with Beto out of the way, the Texas government will run amok, continue criming, and they will get caught. They are being investigated right now. This case against the Texas government is going to be worldwide news. So you have that going on in January. You have all 3 months, January, February, March. You have all these things going on. It could allow for some of these governors that are Democrats to appoint Democrats in the seat that was held by a Republican. I'm just saying that we could pick up more seats in January. Nothing is going to be normal. Not one thing. Everything is historic. Everything is like, we've never seen this before. We've never seen this before. So you can't look at the landscape, the political landscape, and use your thinking brain and come up with what's going to happen. That's already been proven wrong by the news and the polls. There was not a red wave. I maintain there was a blue wave in an incredibly hostile environment where inflation is insane. A lot of Democrats came out and voted. A lot of kids came out and voted. A lot of younger voters came out and voted. But even so, in Florida, many of those younger voters were turned away for one reason or another. There was voter intimidation. There was voter just basically denial. They denied these people their right to vote through some sort of loophole. Right, they're telling me that DeSantis, that the United States said, hey, we're going to send some poll watchers to help you. And DeSantis said no, right? And they also want to talk about gerrymandering. You guys, some districts are actually using, some voting districts have actually been proven to be gerrymandered and illegal, and they're still being used. Because these states are thumbing their nose up at the federal government. This is where we are. In some areas of the South, you can vote all day long and you're never going to win because the way the districts are designed, it's very hard. If you're a Democrat and you're only 10 Dems in your district, you're never going to flip that. You just can't. They gerrymander it so there's less Democrats. And this is red map. This is what the Republicans have been doing. They decided to do this years ago. They said, we're going to redistrict America so we win. And they've done it, folks. They've done it. So yes, maybe we feel like we took a shellacking yesterday, but to be honest with you, Hochul won. Tish James won. That's lights out for Trump. Lights out. Now you're going to see the Republican Party basically with knives and forks eating each other. The power base is going to switch from Trump to DeSantis because they think that Trump lost them this election. They're going to throw him to the wolves. The Republican Party is paying for his legal fees. So it's also been talked about in the Republican Party that Trump is making more money grifting than the party's making. The money's not going into the party. The money's going into Trump's pocket. So the Republican Party is done with Trump. They don't want him to continue to make them look bad. They will help him in as much as they don't want anything to stain the Republican Party, but they will push him to the side, and DeSantis will try to take the power. Now, don't worry about that because DeSantis is going out, you guys. He's going out next year. It's all about the criminality. This is the next 8 months is all about criminality, indictments, uncovering of crimes, uncovering of evidence, corroborating evidence, people corroborating against these people. This is, remember the analogy of the septic tank truck pulling up and pulling all of this waste, this crap out, and the guy says, my truck is full, I'll have to come back. This is that guy coming back with his truck. Round 2. It's going to take 4 or 5 rounds over the course of a couple of years to suck all the rot and the swamp, dirty, nasty water and criminals out of our political system. They're embedded. Remember what the guide said. Remember, they said, these crimes, these criminals are embedded like roots that go deep into the earth. We can't yank them all out at once. We need to be surgical. We need to grab this, grab that, wait 6 months, grab this, grab that. And that's what's happening. So, big picture, guys. We need to think about the bigger picture. Go and look at the map later today, not right now, later today, tomorrow, and see how this is starting to shake out. A lot of votes are still coming in Arizona. I saying that we're going to keep the House. We're going to definitely keep the Senate. We're going to add to the Senate. I still feel like we could add 1 seat or 2 seats to the House. Now, is that a blue wave? Maybe, maybe not. Considering the hostile environment, I think it is. I think that we did a great job considering how bad the economy is right now, how disenfranchised everybody feels. And you have to understand that Beto was outspent like 4 times. Stacey Abrams was outspent by 4 times. I mean, these people spent record numbers of money, record amounts of money in this election season. Historic. So, the odds were stacked against us. Too high. But we have made inroads. We have elected some great people to office, and those people will help us start to change these laws. And now that you can see we're done with the midterms, you can see now that Garland is going to have free reign. Tish James is going to have free reign to continue. Fani Willis, all these people are going to have free reign to continue their investigations. And we're going to slowly get this back together. And I guess this is why the guides had said, the Democrats have to pass laws. You would think that if we had a majority, they wouldn't say that, right? I mean, I think that was them tipping me off that it's going to be tight. We might have a very tight lead or majority, but we still got to get it done. Because in 2024, everybody's going to be looking to what was done. What did you do for me? And luckily, Biden passed that huge package, which we'll start to feel the effects of next year and the year after. Sadly, the majority of the effects we won't feel for many years. But we will start to feel some things next year. I do see the economy getting better. I do see everything getting better, okay? I really do see everything getting better. And the other thing, I'll end with this. There was a mother that I saw that posted, a mother of a little girl that passed away in the Uvalde shooting. And she said, Texas has failed me and failed my daughter and failed my family and failed my community again. But I'm not giving up and I'm not going anywhere. I will be here every day. I live here. I will be organizing. I will be protesting. I will be fundraising. I will work every hour of every day. You guys, they have created a lot of enemies of them. Along with that mother are hundreds of thousands of other mothers and grandmothers that want choice, that haven't been dissuaded by this vote. Maybe they've been emboldened. Maybe now they really have the fire in their belly. Maybe now they're going to be involved in their political community in ways that they could never have guessed, that we could never have guessed. But now they're feeling their rights having been taken away. They're feeling the fact that no one's listening to them. And they're going to be at those community meetings. They're going to be at that city hall. They're going to dog these people that won. They're going to organize. They're going to become more organized, better funded, and they're going to start running for office themselves. So this is the beginning of the blue wave. It's not the end of the blue wave. It's the beginning. It's the groundswell. is the groundswell, you guys. There's too many of us. There's not enough of them. They've been able to gerrymander and create their own little fiefdoms. But we're going to dismantle that. And we're going to put the criminals in jail. And we're going to roll our sleeves up. And we're going to get busy. Because now we know what work we need to do. We have received our marching orders. We've got 2 years to get involved. To find your local candidates, your local office holders. Let them know what you want. Let them know what you think. Do not let them run roughshod over you. Send them letters, emails. Go to their campaign headquarters. They keep showing me on loop right now, and I don't condone this. I condone one part and not the other part, but the Astros won World Series. Ted Cruz was part of the parade in the back of a pickup truck. And there's many videos showing Texans booing him and giving him the finger, which I condone. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the spirit guides are talking about. Make your presence known. Now, what I don't condone is some Texan threw a beer can at him. Almost cocked him in the head. That's not good. We don't want to break the laws. We want to stay on the right side of the law here. And we always want to be safe. And that's why join your local Democrat club. Find your people. Find your people. Do things that make you feel good. Have fundraisers, bake sales, barbecues. Get together and fundraise with each other. Find your people. Don't go sulking off, depressed and sad and isolated. That, folks, is how they beat us in Texas and in Florida. We don't have any other choice but to fight back, but to be active. Let them know what our wishes are, what our thoughts are, what our stance is. Find others that have our same stance and ideas. Join together and then get to work. The time for crying is over. The time for working is here. Let's do it. Take really good care. I'll be back probably today, if not tomorrow. We're gonna dive into this. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna answer your questions. We're gonna get the guides here to give us the guidance. But right now, this is what I want to leave you with. Take really good care of yourself, and we're gonna get through this. There's a lot of good here. There's a lot of good here. A lot of save the day moments. Okay? Take good care. Talk soon.